Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be going over my top 5 favorite books of 2017, and these are in not really an exact order except for the last one. That is by far my favorite book of 2017. So we're going to start at 5 and go down to 1. Let's get started. Alright, so number 5 is Mrs. Grant and Madame Jewel by Jennifer Chiaverini. And this book is about basically the behind the scenes during the Civil War, your trials and your triumphs and all of that stuff, Mrs. Grant's perspective. But it just is amazing. It gives you such an insight to the Civil War. And I know it's historical fiction. I didn't fact check everything, but it is kind of nice to think that maybe some of this stuff is true. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But it is really refreshing to see from the wife's perspective mostly. It's also very interesting how Ulysses S. Grant was part of the North. He later became president of the United States after the Civil War. And so he led the North, which was obviously freedom for slaves. And his wife, Mrs. Grant, she actually came from the South in Missouri, and her family owned slaves, and she actually had a slave even while they were married. And it was just really interesting, and I fell in love with the character that was her slave. It has a wonderful happy ending and kind of a bittersweet ending, but it just like touched my heart and gave me all the facts and the fun, the nitty-gritty from the Civil War. I loved it. So number 4 is King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard. And this is book 3 in the Red Queen series. And in this book, you are learning so much more about the main character, Mare, and you get to see her relationship with Cal Blossom. And that is my favorite part. And the ending left me just broken. Like, what? I need the next book. I need it now, not in May, but it is coming and I cannot wait to read it. Also, they do have a lesbian character in there, and I just thought that was amazing. And she's a pretty main character, and honestly, I'm almost more excited to learn about her fate and her lover's fate than I am Cal and Mare. But anyways, can't wait to find out. Okay, so number 3 on my top 5 is Cress by Melissa Meyer, and it is part of the Cinder series. And I love the whole series. That just was my favorite book out of all of them. That or Cinder, I don't know. But Cress is set in outer space, like by Lunar, and it's kind of like Cinder goes along with Cinderella, and then there is Scarlet, which is like the story of Red Riding Hood, kind of, and then comes Cress. And her telling is more like Rapunzel. She's got super long hair. I mean, she hasn't had a haircut in like 12 years. But her and one of the other characters form a romance, and they have to like make it to safety. She's never been on Earth before, and it's just such a cute, I love it. I love it. Such a good story. All right, and then number 2, I actually just finished 2 days ago, and it's Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. So I'm still kind of processing it, but this book, I don't even know quite what to say. It really, there were so many twists and turns, and every character had like deeper layers, and she could delve into them. Some people don't like the way Celeste Ng writes, it is really unique, and it took me a while to get used to, but once I did, it like didn't even faze me anymore. It was really one of the best books that I've read. It kind of makes you think about your actions and how you treat other people, and it was really good. You should read it for sure. And number 1 for the year 2017, my absolute favoriteest book that I read was A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. And if you don't know, then I don't know where you've been, because A Court of Thorns and Roses, that whole series, I have the first one. I don't own the second one. I have it on Audible, but I want to get it because it's my favorite. But it is the second book in this series. Basically, in it, we see the main character go into like this full-fledged like badass bitch, and we get to see different relationships form. I'm trying not to spoil anything, so that's why I'm being a little bit vague on some of these descriptions. You see different relationships form, and oh my gosh. Again, I'm sorry, no spoilers, but the guy she ends up with is bae. He is life, he is everything. I am so happy with the way that trilogy went. And her next installment in this series is going to be her kind of like shifting into some of the other characters' point of views and stuff, and like finding out about their story. So I am a little bit sad to say goodbye to Farrah, Reese, and those people. But I just love that story. You should read that series if you haven't already. If you have, then I know you're just like, girl, I feel you. I feel you. Anyway, so that is it for my top 5 books of 2017. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know what your favorite books were this year. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!